James Demartino running for Senate in Delaware. Hey, James, great to have you with us, man.
Morning. It's great to be with you. And,
okay, now tell us about your campaign.
Well, it's U.S. Senate. We need good representation at the federal level. We haven't had Republican representation for over 20 years, and that's got to change. And this goes to the heart of what we're talking about. We need leadership. We need people who are going to make a decision and enforce the law. I'm a practicing attorney, and when I see all this crime and obstruction and destruction of private property, it's absurd. We need to have the police enforce the law. It's not, and the politicians need to get out of the way because they're just looking for re-election, and that's not protecting the people. That's not protecting our rights, our constitutional rights, our property, our right to life and liberty. That's got to change, and that's why we pay police forces, state troopers, and they need to do their job. They want to do their job, and they want to protect us. Let them. And these people they have a right to peacefully protest, the right to assemble. It's all under the First Amendment of our U.S. Constitution. We have to abide by that. But when they cross the line and abuse other people's rights and property, that's got to stop. The law must be enforced. And if we enforce the law and jail people, like you were previously saying, the correct people who actually break laws, then we would have space in prison for them, and this violence would not continue.
Tell me about your campaign as far as your race to get the nomination.
So I have a Republican primary challenger, and I need to defeat her in the primary. We need to coalesce all Republicans to go out and vote. Same thing on the presidential primary day of July 7th. Republicans have to go out and vote for the best candidate. I'm also a former Marine Corps officer, intelligence officer. I understand what goes on nationally, internationally, and domestically. And this, over the past 12, 15 weeks, we have been attacked. We've had biological attacks. We have psychological attacks that's promoted by the media. We need to understand the environment we're in. So that's the message. One of the messages I'm trying to get out. We must defend ourselves as Americans, defend our borders, and defend our rights. That's all I'll do. That's the message I get out to Republicans to go out and vote in the primary, to vote for me. I have the experience, the background, the knowledge to take care of current situations. I also have the ability to make decisions. And again, we need to enforce our constitutional rights. We'll protect them for our citizens and have the police and the judicial system enforce it. These liberal and the progressives, they're leading to socialism, and that is not our country. That is not our rights. So these are the messages I am getting out. I'm getting out. I live in Lewis, and from Sussex County to to Newcastle. Getting that message out. We need to unify as a party. We need to unify behind strong leaders like Murph and myself, and we need to change the environment here in Delaware with good Republican representation. And we can do that, but we have to get these politicians who are just looking to be reelected and not get a job done. We need to get them out and get people who want to solve problems and help all our people. We have to return to a strong economy that we had, again, 15, 20 weeks ago. And we can do that by protecting our businesses, and we need to do that. They've already been devastated by COVID-19. Now we have this physical attack, which again is absurd. So we need to protect our businesses, return our economy to a strong one, get people working again, give people dignity in their jobs to take care of their families. And we need to develop Wilmington with manufacturing and jobs and develop that Port of Wilmington so we create jobs for everybody that will have a career and take care of their families. That's the message I send out for my campaign. I need to promote that through the Republicans. We're going to unify the Republican base, and then we're going to appeal to the true moderate Democrats. We can. This is a time that we are going to bring moderate Democrats on board because their party has left them, and we need to attract them, get their votes, and take office.
You're on the John Fredericks Radio Network live in Wilmington, Delaware. We're with James Demartino. He's a former Marine. He's running for the U.S. Senate in Delaware. He's got a primary opponent that'll be decided on September 15th. I've always thought that these late primaries, they have the same thing in New Hampshire, some other states, really favor the incumbent because you get the nomination, you got 2 months, and not even, right? You got like 7 weeks to run a campaign. I think they ought to be earlier, but having said that, James, right now, do you feel confident you'll be the nominee? Because you do have opposition.
Yes, I do. And again, it's because of my background and experiences that I bring to especially the current situations. I grew up in a family-owned small business. I understand how business is run. I am currently in private practice. So I again, understand all the requirements and licensing and everything to conduct a small business. And we need to reduce those restrictions on business so they can grow and prosper and hire other people. So again, my background from the national defense level down to the private business owner, I have that knowledge, experience, and I'll bring that to the U.S. Senate. And, with my peers, we will take care of the situations as they arise. We'll prepare for them, first of all. This COVID-19 or any other attacks on our country, we're going to have plans. My position is you have to be ready for all alternatives, have contingency plans, understand the situation, and then react. Make a decision and react to solve it so it doesn't escalate and injure Americans. So, yes, I will win the primary, and I will appeal to all ages and all demographics to get that vote and then proceed to the general election and defeat Senator Coons.
Well, I tell you what, now I'm putting it together. So I'm driving up from Richmond to New Jersey, where it was last week. Then I'm driving up the Delaware Eastern Shore on Highway 13. And as soon as I get to Delaware, right, I go from, Maryland to Delaware, right? I mean, I take the trip all the time when I go to Dover Downs. As soon as I get over the line, there's this handmade sign, huge sign in red, big thing. It was handmade, painted, and it said, Trump, Demartino, Murphy. And I had no idea. Of course, I knew what the top of the ticket was. And I'm like, who's Demartino and who's... And I'm like, is this from like 2016? Is this like the guy didn't take it down? And now it just dawns on me. So you got somebody to put a sign up 2 yards behind the Welcome to Delaware sign. Trump, Demartini, Murphy. Now I get it.
That's fantastic.
Now it comes together. That's the ticket. Yes. Trump, Demartini, Murphy.
It definitely is. It's a strong ticket. It's a Republican ticket, and we will appeal to all, as I said, independents, unaffiliated voters, moderate Democrats, and definitely Republicans, because we got to turn this around. And
James, what's your James? What's your website?
It's votedemartino.com.
VoteDemartino.com. That's a pretty good site. Yeah. That's pretty easy, right? Vote Demartino.
Pretty easy to remember, yeah.
It is easy to remember, but it's not like the best website ever for politics, which is GoMurph.com.
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 GoMurph.
I love that
Lee
website.
Is a great guy. Yes.
All right,
yes.
James Demartino running for Senate. Good luck in that. We'll have you back